Hi, a warm welcome. My name is CHIARADINA, and I'm grateful that you're joining me today for this season's greetings calendar, supporting a healthy connection to our body and the regulated autonomic nervous system as we approach Christmas. It's good you're here. Enjoy the daily sound bits. Awareness. Awareness is the state of being conscious, of knowing or being informed of something. It is the ability to directly know and perceive, to feel, or to be cognizant. The concept is often synonymous to consciousness and is also understood as being consciousness itself. In general, we can distinguish between three types of awareness. First, self-awareness. The ability to have a deep understanding of what makes us who we are, our strengths and weaknesses, our triggers, emotions, behaviors, and core values. Awareness is also our capacity to make our knowledge of ourselves evolve. Our capacity can be trained. Capacity in the sense of how much influx and input we can be aware of simultaneously, and how well we are able to process, adapt to, and act on the information. Self-awareness should always include loving kindness and include the information or narrative about our previous conditions we have emerged or evolved out of, the social conditions surrounding us, and always be connected to our basic human dignity of being instead of colored by negative self-judgment. Second, social awareness. Social awareness is the ability to understand others, the relationships you have with them, the relationship they have with each other, and how you react in various social situations and different contexts. Being able to read body language, asking questions, and listen attentively to the answer, adjusting your communication to different contexts may be important, and a skill to practice. Third, organizational awareness. Probably the trickiest of all three categories. It's important that in every group you belong to, there are values and norms that the group follows, but it is not always clear. Understanding them will help you find a place within that group that suits you. Skills such as mindfulness, observing interaction between different levels, and gut feeling and intuition may serve the greater good. So overall, awareness, no matter in what form, is always connected to capacity of being cognizant of what is present and or incoming, and how to make sense of it all in a constructive, evolutionary way. This begins with our physical level, extends over our emotional and mental level, embraces our spiritual level, and can include over time social and organizational levels simultaneously. But this all sounds a lot easier than it is. Let's try our best and be patient and affectionate with ourselves. Capacity can be trained, and today we start with a practice that is centered around somatic perception. As usual, I invite you to make yourself comfortable. Come into an either seated position or lying on the floor, on a couch, whatever is suitable for you today. And once you're settled in, close your eyes. Find this conscious rhythm of creating aware connection. Becoming aware of connection. It's like a break from your normal life, where things can just be, and you take some time to work with yourself, increasing your capacity. So as you have settled in with your eyes closed, I want you to find your connection to the floor. Sense the shape your body creates as sitting or lying there. Clearing the inner space holding the inner space for whatever is present. Be with that. And slowly melt into the grounding. This inner feeling of to release the weight for a moment. Finding your roots, coming from your body, connecting you to a larger system. I invite you to come into a mindset of where you're able to open up, a willingness to exchange. And this exchange happens automatically, normally without our conscious awareness. In the physical level, but yet on the most subtle level of breath. The inhale and the exhale. As we've practiced this many times, allow yourself a couple of rounds to come into your connected inhale and exhale, feeling how this gently moves your body that's grounded and connected to the floor. And as you're exchanging, maybe your awareness widens up a bit. And you feel the areas of your body that are free and light, as well come in touch with the areas of the body that feel a little bit singled out, or more heavy probably. And you can just hold this intention of bringing those areas in connection with your inhale and exhale and the exchange, the opening up. Observe if there is something happening. Do areas become lighter, expand, connect, become more grounded? Does your overall sense of awareness of your body grow? See as if you feel while you listen to these areas. If you're still connected to the breath movement, if you're still connected to the space and the shape that your body makes on the floor, and if you can be aware of all these elements at the same time, the awareness of your shape of your body on the floor, the opening up and the returning, the awareness, what's happening with your felt sense in your body, what's connecting, what's changing, how you're feeling. And see if you can hold this like a treasure in your awareness. And if you can add one more element to it. How does the room temperature feel? Is it hot? Is it cold? Can you still feel all the other elements? How does the structure feel that you're resting on? So can you be aware of your surrounding as you still stay connected to your body and your breath and the ground? And maybe that's enough. So even if I'm adding on, you can stay with that and practice to be aware in these elements, holding them, following them, being attentively watching. But maybe you want to add a sense of sound and what's audible in your surrounding right now. So can you hold the connection to the ground, to the surface, to your breath, to what you feel in your body, how the room temperature is, the structure, hard or soft, that is supporting you? and what you're hearing. Is there silence? Is there a repetitive sound? Is there on and off sound? Can you be aware as you flow with this? So maybe you want to stop here for today and stay with these elements of awareness, resting with them. But maybe we add another level. You judge. So if there is still capacity, I want you to become aware of what's moving you inside. Are there any emotions that are surging? Is there a certain mental state that you become aware of? And as you become aware of these emotions or your mental state, can you perceive them non-attached? And if you do so, still in connection with the ground, your roots, the exchange, the opening up of inhale and exhale, the room temperature, what you're hearing besides my voice. Is it changing? And can you stay with this impermanence and the change while still staying connected, being aware of this special room you created with your awareness? And as you probably had your eyes closed, check for a moment if you can still be aware of all we've mentioned. And slowly open your eyes, bringing the attention and awareness outside. And see if there's still the capacity to be aware of everything else as you open your eyes. And then get ready to slowly bring this practice to a closure, to completion. Maybe give yourself a good stretch, feel the grounding, take a couple of conscious breaths, also releasing. And maybe this exercise or this practice has been a little bit strenuous for you. And I invite you to keep this record of training your capacity and returning to it whenever there is some safe space where you can practice without interruption. And I invite you in your daily life to observe or become aware of how often you retreat and completely identify with your thinking, with your mind, your manas, your thinking body, and blur out the sensations, the connections of your somatic or physical existence. And if you realize that this is happening or becoming aware that this is happening during your day, I invite you to return to these elements we just practiced and observe if there's a shift happening. And as you increase the awareness of what you can hold and be present of, life becomes richer. It has more taste, más sabor. And I hope and intend that this will be a blessing for you. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for practicing. And I see you soon. Namaste.